We're going to talk about what bloggers won't tell you. The reality, what you see versus the reality of blogging. Now, one of the things bloggers don't talk about is that the first year, you're most likely not going to make any money. A lot of how to start a blog and make money articles or videos that you see online will say, hey, you can make this in the next month. Now, our goal here is to give you an effective strategy that you can have a realistic timeline of making some type of money within the first year to 2 years of your blog. But our main goal here is to make sure that you set up your blog business appropriately so that when the money starts to come in, you have all the systems in place, you have scaled appropriately, and that way you can just keep replicating the process over and over. So when we talk about the slow rate of making blog money, it's not that you won't ever make it or there aren't outliers who can make money within the first 3 months. It's just really hard. And so a lot of bloggers will sell you on a dream of you can make it within a month or within 6 months. 6 months is possible, but it's still very challenging. Because if you're starting your website from scratch, then first of all, Google is not really trusting you at first. They have to make sure that you are a credible source, that you are giving great information for people out there. And that's why it's important to also build your brand and build your online presence as your blog is growing. Another thing that bloggers will not tell you is that a lot of people in your niche or your industry will look at you as competition and will not want to help. And I hate to have that negative aspect on here, but you can go in there, especially as a new blogger, you're looking up to people who have been doing it for a while and you're reaching out for help. But a lot of people are just not going to want to be there to help you. They're going to see you as competition, as that. And if they see you come on there, they're going to think that you may take their place or you may take that keyword, when you should look for people who have more of a collaboration spirit. So what I normally do is when I'm looking for somebody in my industry to link up with, I just follow them naturally on social media. I comment. I might comment on a YouTube video of theirs or an Instagram post of theirs or TikTok. I go to the places where they may not have the biggest following, but they're still very active. That way they can kind of see me show up and I get to talk to them. And then eventually, if I have something to offer them, maybe I can guest post on their blog. And I already kind of had it set. I already have it set up where it's an easy thing. I pitched them. It's like, hey, I love your blog. I talk about this. We're in the same industry, but we're still kind of different. Then I would pitch them on an alternative type of subject matter that's kind of missing in their blog. So I'm going to give you an example based on my own websites. So I'm a solo traveler. I like to talk about theme parks and going solo. So if I see that there's another theme park blog out there and they mostly just talk about, general theme park stuff or news, I'll say, hey, I love your content. I've been following you and I like that recent video that you talked about. I was wondering if you were open to me pitching you an idea where I can create a blog post for your website and it'll be on this topic since I specialize in solo travel. That way we're in the same industry, but slightly different. And that way they don't feel any kind of threat. I've already done all the work for them. I pitched them the idea. I said I'm going to write it for them and I'm going to make a unique piece of content, which is very important, unique piece of content for them. That's just for their website. I'm not going to make it anywhere else. It might be a similar keyword on my website, but I'm not going to write the exact same post for them that I've already written on my website. So that's how you can kind of collaborate with people. And then once you have that in the door, you've already written a blog post for them, you can submit to them other articles in the future. And then if they ever have a meetup, you meet them in person or you guys can meet up. And then that's how you build relationships. But just know at the beginning, a lot of people will not want to help. And you have to be okay with that. You just stay in your lane. And the people who really want to collaborate with you and see this as everybody is helping each other to build up our industry, then they'll come around and those are the people that you want in your corner. Another thing that bloggers do not talk about or share often is that whatever you put into your blog is what you get out. Now, I noticed a lot of newbie bloggers, they like to have things come quickly and easy. That's why with the AI tools right now, a lot of people want the AI to spit something out and then it magically creates their articles and they post their article and they go off into the wind because the article's doing #1, but that's not how it works. The AI is just a step. First of all, before you even get to the AI, your keyword research needs to already be done. And then when you get to the part of where you want to write, you kind of have to have a loose outline. The more you know and the more prep you have done prior to getting into any of the AI tools like Bramework, the AI can help you better. So when the AI is saying, okay, what kind of keywords do you want? You say, I want this main keyword. I want these secondary keywords. I would like your outline, but I want you to add this to the outline. It makes it go faster. And you've already done some pre-research. So now you can kind of fill in the blank where the AI is lacking, add your own experience. But you just going with what the AI puts out and you posting it, you're going to get AI type of traffic, which is probably none. But if you put some effort into your article, and after you do your article, which for me, every blog post I write is like a piece of artwork. I don't put anything out there that I can't stand by. Everything I put out there, I'm very proud of. So when I am constructing my blog post, formatting it, getting all the images and imagery to tell the story, I hit publish. Now it's time for the world to see it, but I just don't stop there. I make sure I share that blog post on a rotation at least once a month through all the social medias, everybody. And I use tools like Buffer to make sure I can get it out there. And then I can turn that blog post into a YouTube video. It's a lot of hard work than just having the AI write it and then you move on to the next. But when you do that hard work, you get the results in the end. That's what's going to make you a better blogger than someone over here. That's what's going to make you win and beat out the AI and having to be in fear of it, because you know that it cannot take those extra steps that you have done to create this masterpiece. Another thing that bloggers will not tell you, or they're not emphasizing enough, is that keyword research is the foundation. Let me say that again. Great keyword research is the foundation for any blog. You cannot go out there and just throw blog posts and hope they stick to the wall like spaghetti. You have to know exactly what you're going to write. And then before you write it, you have to flesh out the article mentally. You can either jot it down, but you need to have some type of mental outline before you even start your tools or before you even start writing your blog post. Keyword research is the foundation. And the reason why I know this is because when I started my theme park blog, I had no keyword research. It was a hot mess because I just showed up and said, oh, this is happening at theme parks. I'm going to talk about this. Or I just had this wonderful day at the theme parks. I'm going to talk about this. I got no results. But when I started my other blogs with a very highly focused keyword plan and strategy, that's when things changed. That's when I was able to get one of my blogs monetized on an ad network like Mediavine in less than a year, because I spent a whole month doing keyword research, which we're going to discuss in the keyword research module. But I spent a whole month, listen to me guys, a whole month doing keyword research. It took me hours and hours just to narrow it down to a list of about 200 to 300 keywords out of thousands of keywords that I have been exposed to. And that's why I say this is the foundation before you do any kind of writing on your blog. You want to know what are the keywords that you could confidently rank for and confidently write some of the best articles, guides out there online for that particular keyword. Now, one of the final things that bloggers do not tell you is that success may take longer than you think. Blogging, like I mentioned earlier in this academy, is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not that. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of grit, a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, it's one of the most rewarding things you can do for the world, especially if you are providing someone with great information online that can help them have a better day, have a better experience, or whatever they're trying to accomplish with your blog post. I am so excited about this course, and now we're going to go to the next module and we're going to get into the nitty-gritties of blogging.